All right, let's dive right in. If you've ever been crafting a piece of jewelry and thought to yourself, I could actually sell this, then you are in exactly the right place. We're about to give you the complete blueprint to take that passion and turn it into a real, successful business, right from your own home.
I mean, that's the dream, isn't it? To take something you absolutely love doing, that creative spark, and actually build a profitable business around it. So many people are right there, on the edge of making it happen.
But here's the thing, and it's a big one. Having amazing, beautiful designs, that's just the start. That's the fuel. It's not the engine. To really succeed, you need a rock-solid business plan holding everything up. And that's what we're going to build today.
Okay, listen closely because this is important. There is one single mistake that almost every new home business makes. It's the one thing that sinks them before they even get started. I promise you, by the end of this, you'll know exactly what it is and, more importantly, how to completely avoid it. So stick with me.
So, where do we begin? First things first, your brand. And I'm not just talking about a cool logo or a fancy name. We're talking about building a foundation of trust. So from the very first second someone sees your business, they know you're the real deal.
And look, I know this stuff might seem like boring paperwork, but it's not. Every single one of these things, a simple name, showing your official business registration number, having a separate bank account and phone line, they're all signals. They shout to your customer, hey, I'm a serious, professional, and trustworthy business. That's huge.
Okay, so you look like a pro. Now let's talk about getting paid like a pro. This is where so many creative people stumble. Your price isn't just a number. It's a statement about your brand's value.
Before we get into the numbers, let's get one thing crystal clear. Your profit margin, that's the lifeblood of your business. We are not aiming to just get by or break even. The goal here, your target, is a super healthy 50% profit margin on every single thing you sell. It sounds ambitious, I know, but it is absolutely crucial for your survival and growth.
So how do we get there? Well, the math is actually way simpler than you'd think. Just add up your costs, the item itself, the pretty packaging, a little bit for marketing. Let's say it all adds up to $600. Now, to hit that 50% margin, you don't just add a little profit. You have to double your total cost. Your sale price needs to be $1,200 minimum.
And this right here, this is probably the biggest trap new sellers fall into. Trying to be the cheapest. In jewelry, a low price doesn't scream bargain. It screams low quality. You want to price your items right at the market rate, or maybe even a little above. It signals quality, it protects your profits, and it attracts people who are serious about buying something special.
Okay, you've got a brand people trust and a price that makes sense. Now for the part that honestly scares a lot of people off, logistics. How do you actually get your beautiful work into your customers' hands and, get paid safely? Let's treat it like a game, and here's how you win.
And I can practically hear some of you thinking it right now. Cash on delivery? What if I send the item and they just don't pay? Isn't that a massive risk for me? It's a totally fair question, and it's a big fear.
But the answer is no. It's not a risk, if you set it up the right way. There is a way to completely flip the script and protect yourself. So keep watching, because we're about to break down the exact trust model that makes you bulletproof.
Here it is. It's a simple 3-step plan. First, you don't use just any delivery service. You sign a formal contract with a real courier company. Second, and this is critical, you pack and seal the item right there in front of the courier. That's your witnessed handoff. And third, that contract has to include a clause making them liable for any damage. Suddenly, the risk is off your shoulders and onto theirs.
Now this is your secret weapon. You copy and paste this exact sentence onto your social media pages, your invoices, everywhere. Just by placing that order, the customer is now in a legal agreement to pay. It might just be a sentence, but it gives you an incredible amount of protection.
So we've covered the big risks in getting started. But what about staying successful? Let's talk about the smart moves you need to make to protect your business and your profits for the long haul.
Think of this as your business's safety net.
Set up minimum stock levels so you get an alert before you run out of a bestseller. You can gently push people away from cash on delivery by offering a small discount for paying up front. And have clear, firm policies. For hygiene, no returns on earrings, period. And a strict 24-hour window for reporting damage. This just saves you so many headaches later.
Okay, let's move on to the fun part, marketing. But forget what you think you know. We're not talking about spending a ton of money on ads. We're talking about smart, psychological tactics that build a loyal tribe, not just a list of one-time buyers. You should never, ever underestimate the power of the word free. Offering free delivery is one of the single most powerful psychological triggers to get someone to click buy. Now here's the secret. It's not actually free. Remember that 50% profit margin? You already built the cost of shipping into your price, so the customer feels like they're getting an amazing deal and you're still hitting your profit goals. It's a total win-win.
But as powerful as free shipping is, there's another marketing strategy that's even more authentic, more effective, and it costs you absolutely nothing.
And here it is, social proof. It's when you encourage your happy customers to share photos of themselves wearing your jewelry. When you share those real-life photos, it builds more credibility and trust than any fancy, paid ad ever could. It's real. You combine that with smart, non-spammy updates about new items, and you're not just a seller anymore, you're building a community.
Wow. Okay. We have covered brand, pricing, logistics, and marketing. You are so close. This is it. The final checklist. The last mile you run before you go live to make sure your launch is flawless.
Please do not skip these steps. 1. Proofread every single word you've written. Typos destroy credibility. 2. Do a package test. Mail a piece to a friend who lives far away and see if your packaging survives the trip. And 3. Check your photos in different kinds of light to make sure the colors are accurate. This one thing will prevent so many "it didn't look like the picture" complaints.
Okay, we've made it. Remember that question from the very beginning? That number one mistake that sinks 90% of businesses just like this? Here's the answer. The mistake isn't your pricing. It's not your photos. It's not any single one of those things. The number one mistake is failing to see that all these pieces have to work together. It's having a great product but terrible logistics. It's having amazing marketing but pricing that kills your profit. Real success comes from building an integrated, bulletproof system where every single part supports all the others. And that is the blueprint we just built together. So you have the plan now. The entire system, step by step, is laid out right in front of you. The only real question left is, what are you going to build with it? Thank you so much for your time today. For more deep dives just like this one, be sure to visit King's Academy. We would love to hear what you think in the comments section, and we really do read and reply to every single one. We'll see you next time.